Wow, we have just been given the biggest balance changes of the year for Pixel Gun 3D. Let's go over it. Starting with the primary section, the Tactical Scorcher DPS has been nerfed once again. Now, I don't agree with this change because the DPS is not the problem with the Tactical Scorcher. The problem is the weakening ability. They are going to nerf this weapon back to extinction. We also have a nerf to the Acid Shotgun. The DPS, which is damage per second, was nerfed by 6.67%. Again, something I don't necessarily agree on. How can you nerf this shotgun, but you make no changes to the ultimatum? The Boar's raw DPS was increased by 14.12%, and mobility increased from 50 to 55. That is currently available in the latest Trader's Van. It's cracked out. If you missed my previous video, go and check it out if you're interested in getting that weapon. Other changes are to things like Live Oppressor with the DPS increased by 11.11% and a mobility change. The Cyborg Hands, they've had a buff of 13.33%. The Ritual Rifle, which was buffed previously, has been re-nerfed. Focusing on the backup section, only the Tooth of Fate changed here with a improvement on ammo from 10 to 12 and rocket speed increased. For the melee section, the tank turret DPS increased by 8.99%. Sword of Silence was also buffed by 5.88%. And they improved the heroic epi by 26.39%. Now that's a surprise. Tons of changes for the special category. Believe it or not, the vertical grip DPS was buffed by 60%. Meanwhile, the poison darts was nerfed by 4.29%. Firefire's Blessing finally nerfed, but only by 2.73%. The Ronin also nerfed by 2.73%, but the mobility was buffed by 10 from 55 to 65. Once again, the Gorgon Head, which I showed you in my previous video, did receive a buff. Not only the DPS, but the AoE radius was increased, and the rocket speed had a big buff as well. Other changes consist of Sword Soul card, which was buffed, and Sun Eater was buffed by 27.27% and a 10% mobility buff. For the sniper category, the revolver sniper rifle DPS increased by 15.29%. The ammo changed from 4 to 6, and the mobility changed from 55 to 65, while the laser cat rifle was nerfed, but it's only an ammo nerf. Moving on to the heavy category, the killer whale was buffed by over 100%. It was buffed by 113.33%, and the rocket speed buffed by 100%. Meanwhile, the invincible lion was buffed by 30%. The destruction system buffed by 28.33%, and rocket speed increased. Now, I think the Plague Spreader and Uranium Grenade Launcher also received a buff. If they did, that is a big surprise. Here are some of the other changes that will be coming in the next update. It is lining up for a Halloween release. It says Lives Oppressor, increased poison, shots, damage, and lifesteal power. Sword of Silence, increased duration of disabled gadgets and jump effects, increased damage radius. Plague Purifier, expanded gravitation force and damage radius, increased poison shots damage. The Gorgon Head, reduced delay between pressing the shot button and shot itself, has size of projectile reduced to cling to walls and corners less often, and C4 basket increased cluster bomb number and damage. But that is everything I have for you in this video. I do apologize that I can't show you the gameplay changes, but I still wanted to make this video and keep you all updated. I'll catch you in the next one.